Warriors, welcome back. You've already heard about the hero. You've already introduced them. You know about
That looks
the
yummy.
the weapons.
All right,
all that
let's
good stuff.
see
But
the move set now.
Let's get into the moves, and who better to
Yes.
do that
Yes.
than
Come on,
from the fight
Stefan.
team. Stefan, how are you doing?
Come on,
I'm
let's
doing
do
great.
this.
This is kind of day I live for. I can't wait to get into it. How
Let's
are
do
you doing
this.
today?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited to see this hero because we've kind of like been dropping like little teases here and there, but we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. But before we get into the actual like fight styles and all that good stuff, if you could
Fight
describe
styles. I'm
the
telling
new
you, there's
hero
got to be two stances,
in
yeah?
3 words, what would they be?
3 words, eh? I've already busted my limit here. It's got a counterattacking ability. It's got highly defensive ability. It's a sword master, and it's got good crackers, offensive crackers to open up an opponent. I know that's way beyond 3 words. I
I was about to say,
apologize. I've
a
blown it
lot
already.
more than 3 words, but I
That-
will
that-
say
that's
I
one way
do
to
feel your
put- that's one way to
excitement,
say
but let's go
opener.
ahead and get into it. Let's kind of start off with talking about some of
Crackers.
the general combat kind of moves that the Kyoshin will have, and what they'll look
Let's
like.
see. Let's
Perfect.
see.
Let's
I
start
think this
over
is gonna
and
be
go
kinda
for the
disgusting.
Basics, to start, and we'll get into the crazy stuff.
I think
by
this is
the-
going to be
by
kind of
the end.
disgusting.
So,
The way he's smiling, man,
here
it's
we
got me
go.
nervous, dude. It's got me nervous.
Kyoshin, 2-hit chain character.
Okay, to a chain.
Basic heavy opener, light superior block opener, and you'll see
Undodgeable.
on the finishers. So we're going to run through a few of these. Shinobi tried to dodge and got wrecked there by the finisher.
Shame.
Exactly. Poor Shinobi
Okay,
after that TP,
okay.
but should be all right.
That seems pretty good.
Vibe.
And here we're going to see the
Chain
scabbard
bash.
melee within chain.
Yep, scabbard
So-
melee. Mm-hmm.
You have the ability to, as your second hit, do a melee move. You can follow with a free light.
His run animation looks good.
Here's sprint heavy, which also goes into a chain. You unsheath your sword while running and slash.
Oh, and he's parrying with the
slash
scabbard as well, looks like.
and then you have all your chain options after that.
I love the combination of like a sword and scabbard because I mean I've seen a lot of samurai kind of use that fighting style because usually if you have a sword that's like the main thing that you use, but using the actual like its holster for it is it adds really interesting dynamic to the hero that I really appreciate as someone who enjoys like samurais and stuff like that. So
It's
Thank you.
I mean, I love that too. It's like that fantasy of like.
Yeah, it does look
shifting
cool
to,
how
like,
he's holding
slash
both.
As you exit sprint. That's super cool. And then we see it used.
Does he not have an opener
as
from
the
neutral though?
melee in mid chain, and we also see it for defensive like blocks and parries and stuff like that. So it gets its use out.
absolutely beautiful. All right,
I'm really nervous if it
what do
doesn't
we
have
what
a
do we have next here? What do we
neutral.
have next
Maybe he has
here?
a forward
We're going
dodge
with
bash.
Heavies. Let's talk about some dodge heavies.
Everyone needs some ability to either move forward and close distance, or kind of dodge sideways.
Everybody does.
to get out of
Looking at you, Hito.
trouble, group fights and attacks and so on. So let's see what these look like. They also serve as chain openers, so you can go into your second hit or your scabbard hit from anything basically.
Okay. Nothing too crazy
And
there.
you see it going into finishers, and I think we'll
Nothing
see it
too
into
crazy.
melee here. Yep. Exactly. It's a bit basic, but it does a use. You're gonna
Yep.
use it. I
Nothing
promise you.
crazy. Like
Basic,
nothing
but
to see here. Let's
incredibly
get into some of the juice. It's
And
good that
of
he's got a
course,
dodge
it's artificial,
attack. You know,
so
that's
important too.
dodge attacks are very good to have.
Okay,
for
so
sure.
let's get a little crazier, eh?
All right, here we go.
Let's get into some
Dodge melee,
of,
this is
the
it, yep,
bread
yep.
and butter kind of like
This is what we
combos.
need.
We're starting to get to the really sick stuff, but let's go ahead and talk about some dodge melees that the Kyoshin will have.
Gonna have to open up your opponent. This is
mhm.
a good way of doing it. Dodge forward kick is what we're about to
Dodge
see.
forward kick. All right. Ah. Smooth looking animation. Honestly, looks like the animation that Orochi should have gotten.
Again, like, I'm like a kid in the candy store.
The Orochi 2.0, Orochi Aramusha
I really
2.0.
appreciate
It
this
looks
kind of,
like it is
kind of
coming
like
to
his, like,
fruition.
fighting style, so.
Smooth
Aramusha
little
plus
arc with the
Orochi.
foot is super cool. It goes into to a light,
Orochi.
and then you can
Or-
shoot from there. So as you see in that second one, it's a dodge forward kick, light,
Or
scabbard hit,
Aramusha.
light finisher. You're gonna be using that to open people up. So yeah.
All right, nice.
enjoy.
This is good. This is good.
It's great. So like, yeah, let's now get to
Good.
the down stance.
Ah, this is it.
This is.
This looks like a
This
channeled,
is quite special. I when we were kind of, I saw a little.
and
bit
then it was
earlier,
kind of like just like
I'm
deflecting
I'm
off.
happy to, I'm on,
We'll see.
I want to hear you talk about. See, I'm so excited. I can't even talk. So please, save me.
Okay, so here's where we get really cool. I mean, like that down stance, that twirl, is sick. It goes into can choose a heavy, you can choose a light, or you can choose a zone as kind of an offensive poke. The heavy is unblockable, and you have the Fujin cuts if you land any of these attacks. And those are our ultra anime hit.
That
light,
looks so
they're
cool.
all free if
Holy
you
moly,
land
man.
Downstairs heavy, downstairs
That looks
light,
amazing.
And it's also a really good way to kind of just confuse your opponent because they don't know where kind of where they're gonna come with a side, they're gonna come with a top.
Wow.
You know, it's one of those things that
Wow.
we can really use to kind of confuse your opponent even
Wow.
for a split second. And
Exactly, like the light.
Everything about this is what I wanted in a hero. Like, I love all guards. I love it. I love it.
Like, you kind of lock them in place a little bit with that light Fujin cut bit.
Yeah,
so,
and you're locking them in place with
that's a
that.
good time for
So
teammates to show up
yeah,
and,
that's gonna be a little
give them a smack as
gankaroni.
it's definitely like a time waster, just a little bit, especially if you're on a point. You need
Wow,
to, like,
and he's got an
to
unblockable from it too.
help, that
Looks
kind
like
of
the top
thing
heavy
just
is
freeze, like I said,
unblockable.
even just for a brief moment will allow kind of
Wow,
really used for you to take the advantage in that fight. So
it feels so good to do.
those animations look
very,
so good.
Very anime-esque. I do.
Those
appreciate
animations
it,
look
but
so good.
superior block time. Let's talk about it.
Yep, we talked about being defensive, so
It's like
here
a
we're gonna
conk
show
all
a variety
guard.
of ways that
It's
you
like
can
a conk
superior
zone.
block on this character. Let's check it out. We got superior block light on the openers
Holy
from
shit.
any of the three stances. The down stance is a superior block, which feeds into down stance heavy, down stance light, or down stance zone on block as well. And it gives you unblockable, and it's slightly faster
Wow.
as well in the case where you superior block.
Ooh, what an execution!
Unfortunate.
Ooh.
Her poor back face is not happy there.
Yeah, I hate to see it.
And then
It's
here,
cancelable?
this is Fujin Force. So basically, when you're allowed to do the Fujin cuts, you could do a Fujin Force, which is a heavy instead. It has
Yes!
superior block on all three directions.
Yes!
And so what you saw in those two videos there at the end.
This
we'll
is
go
like the
back and
Armusha blade blockade. Like, this is what I wanted on Armusha,
means
to
you
be able to
can do
blade blockade
down
cancel
stance
your
heavy,
blade
let's say.
blockade, and this
You
is
hit
essentially what that is.
Fujin
This
Force
is
and
amazing.
defend yourself from incoming attacks and hit somebody. Or you can do Fujin cut,
This
Fujin
looks
Force, or you
insane.
can do Fujin cut, Fujin Force.
This
You
looks
can-
insane.
Basically, if you're allowed to Fujin cut, you can Fujin Force, and it's super.
Oh,
I mean,
that is
I thought
going to
the
be
Fujin cuts
so
feel to
good.
pull off, but this thing feels unbelievable when you do it.
Yeah, I
Oh
was just
my
about to
god.
say that I noticed that with the
Oh
Fujin
my
cuts,
god.
You're not necessarily locked
This is
into
this is
that
this is
entire kind of
this
chain,
is
you know?
my
You
this
can
is
kind
my
of,
most
like, fake out of
beautiful
it and
dream.
kind of do other things, and again makes that move
Oh my god, that
all
looks
the more
so good.
dangerous, really. Because your opponent doesn't know whether you're going to follow through, or you're going to come with a superior block, anything like that. So it makes Kyoshin very versatile in fights.
Wow.
Yes, it really limits how
Wow.
you can be interrupted. I mean, they can take a risk and throw a light or a heavy or something at you, but you might be able to not just wreck them with it, but like,
Wow.
we'll see what's cool about superior block a bit later on as well.
I'm
There's
speechless. I really am. That looks so
options with this, which
freaking
is
good.
really-
Like, it's not
can master
necessarily like a straight
this
up
character
new
and
thing,
really
but
show
it
your
is
creativity and
fresh and
stuff
it is
on
doing
this
up
side,
that it
and
is
that's what I
that
love.
is a check
You're
mark and
making
buy
me,
book.
we're
That
like
is good,
halfway
good,
through,
good.
Like I'm like I need to be a Kyoshin main. This is right up my alley. But let's go ahead and talk about Dance Flow.
Yeah, this is just a neat
Oh,
little
like
one
bulwark
you'll see
counter
here
on,
as the video begins.
On BP.
It's just a bunch of options to get you into your down stance a little bit quicker. From
Okay.
block, you can go to down stance. On your missed recoveries of chains, you can
Missed
go to down
recoveries?
stance.
Good.
That kind of thing. So you'll find a couple ways where, oh, I missed my attack. Actually, I can go to down
Oh
stance.
god,
the
this
same
looks
way
so
that, like,
good.
Maybe BP's down stance can go, but it's not normal block, it's superior block, so it's going to
This
give you a
looks
lot
so
of good
good.
options in group fights.
Look at that combo chain. We're starting to get a little crazy with the combo chains. I'm bad at combo chains. For some reason, my hands just I can't do it. But let's dive a little bit deeper and let's talk about some of those.
I wonder if you
some of the
can use
people
it.
that
I think you can
really
use it
wanna learn
in
Kyoshin and
chain as
really
well.
start just
So for like 400 millisecond
dicing
combo
up their
lights.
opponents into tiny little bite-sized
I think it'll
chunks.
work just like Aramusha.
Let's talk about some long combo strings. Let's talk about some.
It's
options
legitimately
that,
Orochi and
players can have
Aramusha,
with their hands on
like,
Kyoshin.
Yeah,
Fuse.
Josh wasn't fooling. You're about to see like the string length here on what you can see.
Oh,
You can always
feint.
access these from the
Can you
advanced
feint
tactics,
the
in training,
unblockable from it?
menu, so you can practice these on your own as well. A couple minutes.
Wow.
It looks intimidating when you first see it, but you realize, oh, actually, it's dodge forward, melee, into guaranteed light, scabbard melee into guaranteed light, hold down stance, and throw the heavy, either feint it or don't.
Wow.
That
looks really spicy. That looks really spicy.
I know it sounds crazy, but
meanwhile,
like,
somebody like Shugo with a side dodge headbutt doesn't give a fuck about his all guard, but you know.
This Kyoshin is awesome to hold in your hands.
That looks really fun.
It's crazy because when we released like Warmonger and Griffin, I would say like compared to
Let's see the
they're a
feats
little
though.
bit easier to kind of
Let's see the
master or
feats.
kind of get the hang of it, or a lot quicker. But with Kyoshin, it's a lot more technical. There are a lot more things that you will have to learn in order to be efficient with them. You know, so this is.
I'm looking forward to seeing that upper limit on where can people really show their group fighting power.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane
and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to all this.
Yeah, well, so like speaking of like group
here we
fights and
go.
stuff
Here
like
we
that,
go.
would you
Feats.
say that, like, the
This is
character
it.
Is more for
Let's
is
see.
good in
Let's
group
see 'em.
fights? Are they good for ganking? Are they good for like mid stuff like that? Like where would you kind of place Kyoshin at?
It's so as we kind of go into the feats, I mean, like you're gonna see a lot of like you can stall as a defensive character, you can do work in a group fight, you can open people up quite well with a kick, or
It sounds like he's got all the tools that he's
scabbard.
gonna need.
If you need to survive the feats and your abilities are gonna allow that, I'm really hoping to see like Kyoshin played one way by this really strong player, Kyoshin played that way by a really strong player, and everyone else kind of finding like their styles and maybe new rooms that we didn't think of. So I hope that answers the question. But I'm looking forward
see
to
the feats.
a variety of answers on this one.
Again,
I bet these are insane. I don't know.
Kyoshin,
These are gonna be. Here we go.
Perfectly. Congratulations. That was awesome.
Here we go.
Feats time.
Let's
I
see
am
'em.
not going to try to pronounce any of these except for like one.
Not another
So,
warmonger,
let's talk
please.
about the
Not
first
another
feat.
warmonger.
Perfect. Feat 1.
Yeah, we're going to call it feat 1 because I'm not saying that. I can't.
Japanese masters in the chat can help us out here, hopefully. But
yeah, if I'm getting flamed in chat right now, I am so sorry. I would rather not embarrass myself.
It's feat 1 through development, so yeah, sorry. Let's check it out. It gets crazy. So it's a passive feat 1. Whenever you superior block, which we saw was through down stance, through superior light openers, or through your Fujin force all block heavy,
you get a buff
after down stance.
And it applies to bleed.
10 seconds of all your attacks have bleed from this point on. So that's good. You can poke, do a bit of bleed damage, as you see here.
Okay.
And of course you can Fujin cut.
Wow.
Which I thought we saw in the video, but my bad. Maybe it's in the next video or the next.
That seems pretty insane.
But you can do bleed.
Just being able to passively apply bleed. That seems kind of insane.
It's pretty awesome.
You know.
That's awesome.
My
3 hits of bleed damage.
Always good.
My body count is gonna be cried a little bit on that one.
Feat 2. Whatever that's titled.
Feat 2, passive as well.
Oh, and he's healing
block in any of the synergies,
my god.
all your attacks will do healing.
Oh my god.
Hit, basically. So
And
as
you're
you
also
see
doing bleed damage as well.
Exactly. So we're watching the Kyoshin find
Oh
their way
my
out
god, that
of,
looks kind of
critical
insane.
damage
I don't know. A lot of this
there,
is
by
1v1
healing
power.
and also stacking bleeds up on the.
Oh god, this looks kind of nuts. This looks kind of nuts.
Getting absolutely wreck-a-roonied.
Yes, the turnaround is pretty cool. If you played the Visions of Kyoshin, you might remember that the power you get, the Wheel of Power thing from defeating the possessed Kyoshin, gives you very much the same.
And the fact that like his full block counter gives him like 3 separate hits, it looks like you heal on hit. I don't know if it's a percentage of the
It
damage.
seemed like it was just
Percentage
fancy,
of the
but
damage would
it's back.
probably be better to
It is here.
to balance maybe,
I think
but with all
I can
those
say this.
sharp
Hikari
little fast
Hikari?
hits, it seems like that
It is.
that could be pretty effective.
I
Holy
hope
shit.
so.
I hope so.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
It's just like wrong.
Yeah, they're not impressed with us at this moment. That's for sure.
But
but
I'm impressed with the feat though. That's for sure.
Oh, so he's
yes,
just juiced up his.
So here there'll be times
passive.
where you're like, actually, I wish I had the bleed and the heal, but I can't quite get to it.
Oh,
like,
you're just able
it's
to
too risky.
activate your
So you can
passive
actually
from.
use your
Okay.
feat 3 as an active feat that will launch both those abilities.
Wait, is he
can help you
charging
heal
up?
out if you're super low and you're at the edge of a group fight and you want to just whack somebody and get some health back. That's totally possible. Setting up bleed, also possible. And then secret technique here.
These
for
animations
one,
look
two,
fucking
or
insane.
three,
They look
whenever
so good.
you superior block, basically it'll refresh, right? So you're gonna see here, yeah, usually it's 10 seconds, but here the Kyoshin is like, no, I'm just gonna superior block and
Oh,
superior
it
block and superior block
refreshes
and refresh and
the
refresh and refresh
passive.
and defeat.
Oh, interesting.
So if you're
His
a master
stamina
who
was kind
can
of going down a lot
hold
while
this
that
thing
was
somehow
happening.
for the entire length of a Dominion without ever losing bleed or heal passive, I want to see that video. I wish you luck.
Absolutely.
That would be insane. That would be
Do it.
insane.
But let's get on to Teat 4, which is actually.
It looks like it
Feat
falls
4,
off
which
pretty
is my
quickly.
favorite one. I actually
Okay,
like
here
this
we go.
one. This one's really cool. Let's go ahead and talk about
Let's see it. Let's see it.
how this works.
Perfect. Tier 4. Basically, it sends up spikes up through any nearby enemies. And it holds them there, does a bit of damage, and you can do an attack. So you can do like down stance heavy into your
Oh
Fujin
shit!
cuts and get
It's almost like an
here.
AoE Pugio.
I think
Yeah,
Max was it, but he gets to execute.
It's almost like an AoE Pugio, man.
So nimble, so fast. This is actually a really
Wow.
good.
Okay,
for,
honestly, that doesn't look
again,
as
ganking,
insane
group
as
fights,
the
stuff like
Warmonger
that.
Tier
And
4.
again,
Okay,
another
so
thing
like
that
I
actually
think we're kind of good
versatility
there.
Kyoshin,
It looks good.
it's
Don't get me
just-
wrong, but it doesn't seem
used
like
in so
Warmonger
many
Tier 4
ways,
OP.
you know,
But this
especially
looks
if you
good.
combo
This
with, like,
looks
some of
pretty
your
good
other-
as a Tier
your other
4.
feats.
Overall,
It just makes the Kyoshin very dangerous in pretty much all.
overall,
aspects.
I think his feats
Absolutely. I
look
mean, like,
pretty good. They
it's
look
kind of
strong,
thing
don't get me
that
wrong,
I
but they
use
don't
when,
look game breaking.
This is the
You know,
fight you need to
Warmonger
win,
was
the big
game
group
breaking.
fight. This is the time to use it.
But
You can
this
set things up with
looks
somebody to
decent.
guarantee
This
it,
looks decent.
or you can do the opposite and try to pile on
From
damage
first look,
after,
you know,
so,
the buff timers, especially on his Tier
try it
3,
out,
looked like it came
use
down
for
pretty quickly.
survivability, and you can combo
It's
if you've
good
got,
that
like,
he's got so much shit around his
if you
all
know
guard.
enough
Like
to
I
do
really like
the
that
hits,
personally. Using
which
all guard in
benefit
team
from
fights
tier
and
1 to
doms
tier
is
2
like
to
what I
tier
live
3
for.
and
So
so on, so
that's
try some
exciting.
stuff.
I think it looks good
Absolutely. No, this Kyoshin looks.
We'll see. We'll
absolutely
see if it's
phenomenal.
dodgeable.
I'm really excited
as well.
for this hero to come out. Stefan, do you have any last words that you want to say? Like, what are some things you're looking for once players kind of get their hands on the Kyoshin?
For me, it's the creativity and the mastery aspect on this character, both in like in offense, in defense, in how you use those feats. I think we're going to see people play the Kyoshin in a couple of different ways, and then I'm really excited to see what does that mean for teaming the Kyoshin with other heroes. What kind of synergies are you going to find, and what kind of group styles are you gonna do? It's going to be different, and that's what I love. So last thing I'll say real quick is big ups to Pikalix, the fight team, the gameplay team, Olaf Fronner, who makes this happen, Olaf Fronner, who's on other topics because they allow us to make this happen. So thanks to everybody. I know I get to have the fun on the Warriors Den, but it's you guys who make it happen. So thank you.
Absolutely. Hats off to the entire team. The Kyoshin looks super awesome.
Wow.
And Stefan, thank you so much for coming on and talking about all of these moves that I will probably never be able to do with Kyoshin because I'm bad at fighting games. But
you're gonna style on people. I promise you.
I might try.
Everybody's gonna style on people. Wow, that actually looks really, really legit.
Because we'll be back with new armor variations and the content of the week. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
New armor variations, content of the week. All right, that's fine. I'll just kind of talk over this. Wow. First impressions on Kyoshin. It looks good. Like honestly, one of my bigger concerns was that the feats were going to be like tuned an insanely high amount, just like it was on Release Warmonger, and it doesn't necessarily seem to be like that. I think the fact that a lot of his feats, especially his tier 1 and his tier 2, that give him the bleed and then give him the heal on bleed, they do revolve around him or around his like defensive abilities. So like it's not really something that he's just going to be able to use on you when you're just trying to like turtle up and survive. Granted that tier 3 comes in for that exact reason, so that you don't have to wait for a full guard proc to actually be able to get some value out of your feats. But what we saw on the reveal is it didn't look like the timer or the uptime on that was actually that good. It can get refreshed from a defensive standpoint, right? From activating the full guard again and having somebody throw an attack into it. But it looks like, if you're not proccing it off of a full guard, it doesn't look like it's going to be up for more than, 8 to 10 seconds. So we'll see. So that's, I think, is good. And arguably why it's more balanced than other feats that we've seen. His tier 4 also seems very good and pretty much in line with where I was expecting its power level to be. You know, I think it's hard to specify the power level for the previous feats simply because they're passives and they work so much around being activated by the full guard and stuff that it's hard to actually see exactly where the power level of those stand, right? It's not like attack buffs for your party or heals for your party, AoE heals or something, where you can really like sit down and look at the numbers off of like a one-time use. But the tier 4 looks good. Essentially an AoE Pugio. It looks dodgeable, especially if you're watching the especially if you're watching like the cast time from it. It does look dodgeable. And then it looks like it stuns for a few seconds, similar to Pugio. You'll probably get hit by a heavy, but it's AoE, which is nice, which I think is good. Like that fits what a tier 4 should be doing, especially with the tier 4s that we've been getting recently in the game. And yeah, I am super, super excited to try out Kyoshin. The All Guard is exactly what I need in my characters. I love them. Aramusha, rep 70, obviously. JJ with his Sifu stance. Nabushi with his hidden stance. That kind of stuff is so good. And the fact that you can cancel the attacks from the full guard into the full guard is exactly what I like to see. I mean, that is what makes For Honor the most fun, I think. Those fast flow kind of things. So I'm really excited to get my hands on Kyoshin. That shit looks so good. I mean, we've got Orochi on one hand, we've got Aramusha on the other, and you are combining those into a guy without reflex guard? Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Super, super excited. Anyway, that's my initial reaction to Odd the Hero. Hope you all enjoyed watching that. That was freaking insane. We're live on Twitch every day, Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Central. And on July 22nd, we will be doing big-ass streams, guys. Large ones, extra large ones. So hope to see you all there. Check me out at twitch.tv/moosemain. And if you enjoyed the content, please consider hitting the sub button as it would help me out a ton. And I will see you all on the other side. Peace!